All right, y'all. Hello. Happy Sunday. I got a little sermon for y'all, a little Sunday sermon. I'm just playing. I do not have a sermon. But what I do have is just a message. And I don't even, so like I've said before, I kind of just start recording and yes, I'm doing my nails at the same time because I'm one of those people and because the kids are on their way back and so I'm on a limited time. And I was already in the process of like just pamper myself a little bit because the girls wanted to go to a friend's house and who am I to tell them no, especially during fall break. But I did have to go to the hospital yesterday because I had a pretty bad asthma flare up and it turns out it was like bronchitis along with the asthma flare up. So your girl was struggling to breathe and I wanted to do a video, but then I was like, how am I supposed to do a video when I could barely talk? Like talking would get me out of breath. That's how much it hurt to breathe at the time. So grateful that now, a little over 24 hours later, I can breathe. Yes, it's still a little difficult sometimes, but I've got some antibiotics, got some steroids. We're going to help with all this inflammation, and hopefully I can get back to my regularly scheduled activities. But it's crazy because when I was moisturizing, like a few minutes ago, before I hopped up here, I was thinking about my own spiritual awakenings. And I was thinking about religious trauma and how not only religious trauma, but folks with trauma tend to swing the pendulum to the complete opposite. So, like, from super strict to super lax, from hella boundaries to no boundaries until we find a happy middle. And for me, spirituality has kind of become that happy middle because I believe spirituality is what all religion is rooted in. Let's get to, I'm listening to this deep and soulful house music by Lock High, the DJ on Instagram because, and she's beautiful. Oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. But I love music. Music is powerful. It's the things that we say to ourselves, right? So listen to music that feeds your soul. It's okay to listen to some hood rat ratchet shit too. And sometimes maybe that feeds your soul as well. And there is nothing wrong with that. You just got to listen to it. Don't let anybody else tell you. But, which is crazy because I was meditating this morning. I am all over the place and I apologize. I need to eat lunch. But I was meditating earlier today. And one of the things that came to me was your life has to make sense for you and the people in it. And I know I've said that before, especially as it comes to like parenting and my baby daddy. Because now that he's like, I'm ready to have a healthy relationship, we have to repair. Because when there's rupture, you got to repair. Especially because I don't have a choice but to parent with this motherfucker. Right? Because he's the father of my children. Oh no. That's what I get for buying dollar store stuff. But, religious trauma does damage that a lot of people don't really talk about. And it does damage in a way that can drive people completely away from the divine and from spirituality. Because we're running from religion. No religion can be perfect because it's all man interpreted and man is not perfect. But in spirituality is where I found peace and joy and just a sense of being able to be my authentic self, because that's an important value for me is authenticity. And authenticity is key to the life that I want to live, key to my fulfillment and my success. My job is not to live somebody else's dream for me, it's to live my dream for myself. And in order to figure out what I wanted and what my dream for myself is, I've had to tap into spirituality. I've had to tap into the knowing, as we like to call it. And it's crazy because I've read so many books and so many self-help books. Went to therapy for 5 years. Like, I got a lot of air in my chart. I'm a Gemini sun and an Aquarius moon. So I'm very much an intellectualizer. I very much like to have things make sense. And I came from a family where emotions are fickle. Emotions were not taught as messages from my body or even messages from the divine, because I fully believe that emotions can be messages from the divine. It can be the divine telling you what isn't for you. And that's how you know what's for you. And that's when you don't have to question things as much. But growing up, emotions were seen as a weakness. Like haha, the reason women can't lead, according to how I grew up, because I believe women can lead. I honestly believe women are a lot closer to God than people are willing to admit, especially women of color and indigenous women. And I feel like, or I fully believe, and we've seen evidence that women are powerful creatures. Like, we literally are a bridge between worlds. You bring souls. We, those of us who have children, bring souls into this world. You cannot tell me we are not divine. To carry a soul is a privilege and an honor, regardless of if I recognize that at first. I recognize that now. So, I don't even remember where I was going with this, but it's important to, intellectualizer. This is why I should not multitask. And spending time with the divine. It is important to lean into emotion sometimes, because when you lean into emotion, you can have a better understanding of who you are, your needs, and where you want to go. Without emotion, we're robots. You want to be an AI? No, because you wouldn't experience joy. You wouldn't experience happiness. Without the negative, we don't experience the positive. And I know it sucks because I'm human and I've had to live it too. But, and also, in reading all these books and going to therapy for like 5 freaking years, logically, yes, completely here, able to handle a lot. But it was when I started tapping into what Glennon Doyle calls the knowing, what some people call God, what some people call the universe. And in that, in meditating daily and taking time to just sit and journal, I created a space for myself. I created a space for my inner child to feel like she could come and talk to me. She could come and tell me what's up, what's going on. In the process, have also been able to create spaces for my actual children to better be able to come and talk to me. Because I'm allowing myself to let go of the shoulda, coulda, wouldas in the way that I was raised and the impact that it has to have over how I'm raising my kids. It's okay and it's completely normal to want to understand why we do the things we do and even to operate out of our trauma. And also, at some point, we have to be willing to let that go and willing to move forward. And that's not running away from it. I'm not saying don't process it. What I'm saying is that eventually you have to let the past go. Eventually, you have to be able to take responsibility for where you want your future to go. And it's hard. And that's okay. And it's scary. Like, the things that I'm looking to do within the next year or two, they're scary. But it's been put on my heart, and it's been put on my heart over and over. And that's why I believe if something's been put on your heart over and over, or you feel this desire to do the same thing, or this need or this want to just do this thing over and over, and that means that's the thing for you. I don't care how many other people out there are doing it. I don't care what your friends or your family say. If that's what's on your heart, put yourself in an environment where you can do that. Put yourself in a place where the people who you surround yourself with also believe in you and are also willing and able to, oh, hello, okay, light, are also able and willing to feed into you as you feed into them. This hurt. It's okay to acknowledge the hurt. It's okay to process the hurt. It's okay to honestly allow the hurt to fuel you to do better. And also, you have to take that time to do better. You have to take that time to say, how am I responding to things? Is this how I want to respond to things? Which, of course, brings me back to spirituality, because It's not just in one area we have to ask these questions, it's in all areas. Spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, intellectually. Am I where I want to be? And if not, why not? And what can I do today to help myself get there? And I know I say this a lot, and I feel like I say this in every single one of my messages, or one of my videos, but like, it's true. And it's not just a one-time thing. This is like daily. You have to wake up and say, okay, what am I going to do today to take care of myself? What am I going to do today to love on myself? How am I going to pour back into me? Because so many of us have learned to pour into other people or to play a part so that we can be normal or to play neurotypical. You ain't got to play that. Baby, you ain't got to play that. You was made exactly how you supposed to be made. Your desires are your desires. So that means if you believe you're trans, then you're trans. Operate how you need to operate. You don't have to explain anything to anybody. Because when you are your authentic self, then the people that are meant for you are going to flow to you. Because then you're on the same frequency or wavelength. Very similar to the like be not unequally yoked in the Bible. Told you I grew up religious, like really strict religious. I don't, people say that's like believer and non-believer. Yes, and also frequencies. Like, is this somebody that's surface level or somebody that's able to go deep? Are you surface level or are you able to go deep? Do you want surface level or do you want deep, meaningful, intimate relationships? Because you have to ask yourself, am I in a place where I can receive the type of love I desire? And if not, what do I need to do today to get there? I don't make the rules. I'm just a messenger. So yes, this knowing. It's important to get to know yourself. It's important to sit with yourself. It is important to spend time getting to know your spirit team, getting to know your higher power in whatever form that may be, getting to a point where you believe in something bigger than yourself. Be it nature, be it the universe. You have to understand the signs that come for you. You have to understand the messages your spirit team sends to you. And we all have this ability. So what's stopping you? And also, back to my original point, which is don't let religious trauma hold you back from getting to know yourself. Don't let religious trauma and other people and societal trauma hold you back from being who you want to be. Because at the end of the day, the only person you're supposed to be is yourself, baby. These other people will be all right. If people see the good in you or people see what you're capable of and they don't like that, they might try to sabotage that. They might try to take from that. They might try to benefit off of that. And I'm not saying like don't be generous, don't be kind, don't be loving. I'm saying just be mindful of who you do and don't give your energy. Be mindful of who and what you're consuming. Be mindful of who you consume and who you put your mouth on, who you let put their mouth on you. Just be mindful because other people have spirits and other people have souls also. And sometimes, a lot of times, people might not be as pure and as good as you think or as you are. And that's okay. And that means you just don't have to have them in your circle anymore. I feel like there was something else I was going to say that I forgot. So yeah, that's what I've got on that. Religious trauma is a bitch. And I feel like the way to get over it is to information seek. Get curious. Do research. And did I say over that? I meant through that. One way to process through that is to figure out what works for you, what rules work for you. Because you cannot tell me that my highest power, the God of gods, the King of kings, the universe, is sitting here wanting and wishing ill on people. Is sitting here being like, oh, you weren't perfect, so I'm gonna harm you. No. It's sitting here wanting y'all to treat the high priestesses as though they are to be disposed of. I know my God don't like that. I know he don't like ugly. I know he don't play. So it's time to start looking inward for answers instead of outwards. And you can also look inwards while acknowledging that the world is kind of a crappy place. And also, it's been a crappy place. You can also choose to see the good in it. While acknowledging that the bad does exist, you can choose to do your best. You can choose to say, my ancestors have gone through so much and did not have the opportunity to rest, so I'm going to rest. And did not have the opportunity to care for themselves and their families. Because at the end of the day, as Glennon Doyle says in her book, I don't know what it's called anymore at the moment. Untamed. I have to look back. I have to look back at my bookshelf and see. As Glennon Doyle says in Untamed, you don't say, like, the way to save your children is to save yourself. The way to save your relationships is to save yourself. Because inside of yourself is your spirit, is a piece of the divine, is a piece of the universe, because we're all made out of the same stuff. So you got to get to know that. Instead of being able to play, because listen, I could play a motherfucking part. I can wear a mask. I can be anything you want me to be. But at the end of the day, the only people we need to be is ourselves. Because those are the relationships that are going to last. Those are the relationships that are going to feed into us. And we deserve that. You're worthy of that. So that's my little message for this little Sunday is, oh, and it came because, like I said, I went to the hospital and I had asked the divine to give me clarity and kind of like show me what I need to let go of in order to receive my blessings. Because I know there's blessings coming in. Like, it's just, the energy is energy. And within 24 hours, ended up in the hospital because of an asthma attack and being told to stop smoking. So guess what? We're not smoking. And also, edibles. Like, you're not going to play with me. But it was something that I had kind of been feeling a pull to release anyway. But then I was like, oh, it's not that bad. Other people do it. Comparing. And so, like, I can listen or I cannot. But I'm going to choose to listen because at the end of the day, my body is also the vessel that my spirit gets to live in. So if I have a specific purpose or a specific reason to be on this earth, then I should probably do my best to provide my spirit with a good home while it's here. I hope something from all these things that I said resonated with you. Sorry if I was a little like all over the place. I promise in my head it's all connected. Do something today for yourself. I took an everything shower. It was amazing. Moisturized. Smell good. And just fit and relax. Because kids don't have school tomorrow. I don't work tomorrow. We just gonna be chilling for the next couple of days while I relearn how to breathe on automatic instead of manual. But I hope something in here resonated with y'all, and I hope y'all have a good day. Also, I hope you get to listen to some bomb ass music, because whatever your mood, I feel like music will help. And yeah, love y'all. Thank you for your support as always, and subscribe, like, comment, and I challenge you today to love on you. Bye bye now.